What's up, folks? In this video, I'm gonna tell you top 5 programming language that you should learn for 2020 in order to get a job without a college degree. If you're new on this channel, this is where we help you become a full stack developer. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, before we start, we base that entire list on 2 factors. The first factor is based on the popularity certain language has gained over last year and what we think it might gain this year. Number 2 is the average salary for a given language. Programming language number 5. PHP. PHP is one of the most popular backend languages out there. WordPress, which is a content management system, is built using PHP, and just WordPress itself powers 35% of all websites on the entire internet, according to W3 Tech. Now, according to GitHub metrics for PHP, we can see that from 2014 to 2015, PHP has decreased in popularity, but since 2015, it continued to remain like that all the way since 2019. So there is a chance for PHP to continue remaining the same for 2020 or either continue growing in popularity. According to Indeed.com, a PHP developer can earn on average $94K a year. Programming language number 4, C#. C# is a general purpose backend programming language built by Microsoft. A lot of developers using to build games using Unity. The average salary for a C# developer, according to Indeed.com, is around $97K a year. If we take a look at GitHub metric for their top programming language for 2019, we can see that C# has been growing in popularity since 2014-2016. And you can see from 2016, it takes a slightly little hit from 2016 to 2017, and then from there it's been growing in popularity from 2018 all the way to 2019, which you can see clearly in this graph. It surpassed C++ last year. So there is a chance for C# to continue growing in popularity in 2020. Programming language number 3, Java. Java has been one of the most popular backend language for the last 2 decades and used by large applications to build enterprise scale applications. However, as we can see from the GitHub metrics, Java has decreased from popularity from 2018 to 2019, and Python has surpassed Java for the first time ever in history. And a Java developer is paid around $100K a year. Programming language number 2, JavaScript. Now, JavaScript has been dominating the world for the last 6 years. And when it comes to programming languages, you can replace Java with C++ and you can replace Python with Ruby, but for JavaScript, there is no replacement. With JavaScript, you can literally build anything from mobile application to web application, microservices, every single thing you can possibly think of, you can build it with JavaScript. You can even build hybrid applications that are compatible for Android and also iOS at the same time with JavaScript. And as we can see from the GitHub metrics, JavaScript has been dominated for the last 6 years, and it will probably continue dominating for 2020, except for Python that is extremely growing in popularity for 2020. I can't wait to see if Python is going to surpass JavaScript for the first time in history, or if JavaScript is going to continue to dominate the world for 7 more years. According to Indeed.com, the average salary for a JavaScript developer is around $117K a year. Now, for programming language number 1, the one I consider as the number 1 programming language that you should learn for 2020, let's kind of give applause for that one, and it is no other language than Python. Now listen to this. I'm not a Python developer. I'm not. However, I've worked with Python in my previous job. I am a JavaScript developer, and this was a tough decision for me to make. And here's why I choose Python as the number 1 top programming language for you to learn for 2020. It is one of the most programming language taught in school, in colleges, and school around the world. And especially for you, if you want to get your feet inside the programming world, then there is no better programming language for you to start with. It's like you were speaking English when building an application, especially the way the world is moving right now into artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning. Then Python is the best suited programming language for that field as well. Again, it is very fast, easy to learn, and you'll see big places like YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest are built using Python. Not only Python is increasing in popularity, as we saw it surpass Java, there is a chance it might surpass JavaScript. But the other thing is the average salary is greater than a JavaScript developer. So the average salary for a Python developer, according to Indeed.com, it's about 118K a year, and it can increase based on the location of where you are. Now, before we end this video, let's quickly compare the two most popular platforms for developers out there, which are Stack Overflow. Again, Stack Overflow, if you are a developer, you don't know Stack Overflow, then you are definitely missing something. And the second place is GitHub, with over 40 million users last year. Now, every single year, these two places release metrics around how people are using different technology and which one of them that are getting most popularity out there. If we look at their two metrics out there, we can see they're typically the same. JavaScript remain the guy that's been ruling the world for the last 6 years. HTML, CSS, and SQL, they're not programming language. Okay, so we're gonna take this out of the Stack Overflow metric, but if we look deeper, we can see JavaScript. Right after JavaScript, we can see Python, and right after Python, we can see Java for both of those metrics. However, for C# and PHP, we can see that C# is currently the most popular one in the Stack Overflow survey compared to GitHub survey. However, on the GitHub metrics, there is a chance that C# will surpass PHP for 2020. Now, before we end this, let's do a quick review and make sure that we can recommend programming language that might best suit you if Python is not the one you were looking for. For PHP, if you're looking for a lot of freelance project, then PHP is the right language for you to learn, because you'll find a lot of gigs out there that needs PHP developer. Just keep that in mind. Those gigs tend to be offered for a very low price. It's better for you to get a job as a PHP developer for a company. If you are into developing desktop and Windows application, then C# is the right language for you to learn. And if you want to work for Microsoft, then you do not want to miss on learning C# because they use C# on most of their entire products. If you are into Android development, then Java is the right language for you to learn. And also, if you want to work for big enterprises, there is a chance they might be using Java. Now, for JavaScript is everywhere. So whichever programming language that you choose to learn first, you should consider learning JavaScript. However, if you just want to be a web developer building web application, then JavaScript might be the only thing you need. Now, if you are into machine learning, data science, and artificial intelligence, then Python is the right language for you to learn. However, if you just want something simple, easy to learn, quickly to get started with programming, then Python is your guy. Now, all of these 5 top programming language got a large community behind them, except C# community is not as strong as the other folks. The most popular community out there is JavaScript. Now, as you choosing which technology for you to learn, consider the community out there that might be the one help you out with most of your questions. Now, these were my top 5 programming language for you to learn for 2020 according to these 2 metrics. Now, which one will you learn in 2020? Maybe you have your top 5 list. Leave them in the comment below.